between tariff season emerging into form and causing life just misery for those at Morning Brew, between a sinus infection and just falling apart at the seams, and between a nasty old habit of yours coming back into the fold, Liam, not the best week to be you, my friend, is it?
No, I'll be completely. It's been a week from hell. Yeah,
it's been great for us at your expense.
Things are going great. Yeah, no, good for the brand, I guess. But no, man, I can't believe we're doing this again. Worst sequel I've ever seen.
You know, I really did think we when was it broken last year? The Liam curse. It was like probably late April.
It was like April 27th. I think
you remember the day
it was the day that'll live in infamy.
Chapter and verse. You remember?
It was the day before I got back.
It was the first day you got back from LA.
It was the first day I got back. Oh yeah. I had landed that afternoon. Yeah, that's right.
So I thought we had buried the hatchet. It would just be a fun memory.
I thought we had too, man. And I know I jokingly said it in like our group chat before we left for Texas. Like, watch us come back 0-2, and sure enough, came back 0-3.
The kicker truly was Monday. Because, and you go on the road to open the year. Maybe people are rusty. You go against one of the best teams in the American League, the Texas Rangers. You got to assume, okay, maybe this is going to be a split. If you can get out of here with just, at 2-2, you'll take that. The kicker is that first game in Baltimore, on top of the fact that the other two games in Baltimore were wins, and you were where exactly?
So I was on a plane last night.
So not at the game.
I was dealing with a Wall Street collapse this afternoon, so I did not watch this afternoon either.
Still counts all the same.
Sounds like they look good, huh?
Yeah.
Today was
all
good.
The issues that we had.
Today was good. Yeah.
Well in the rearview mirror. Now remind me, Liam, what are you going to be up to on Friday as people are potentially going to the home opener as they listen to this, or prepare to go to the home opener if they're watching on YouTube right now? Where will you be on April 4th?
Hold your loved ones close. I'll be in the bleachers tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. So, yeah,
Jake, my heart sank hearing that.
Batten down the hatches. It's just gonna be me in the stands. I'm the only person at the game now.
Do me a favor if you think of it, because I'll be there as well, hopefully to combat the bad juju that Fantasy is bringing with us. I'm going to be over by the Coke sign up on the third baseline, like way up on the roof there. So do me a favor, tell me how many people yell at you one way or the other about you being there.
Oh my God.
How you need to be.
I think it's going to get ugly. I really do. Thank God I have Adam there with me. He's going to be my security.
There is a non-zero chance someone takes it a little too far.
Jake, it'll be like the pit where Dana gets sucker punched at the end of the episode.
Spoilers. Pit spoilers.
Hey, we got a new episode tonight. Don't worry.
We sure do. Hopping off this and we're getting right on.
It's quite honestly, it's probably just going to be Wally sucker punching me from behind.
Wally's absolutely going to find you again, I think.
Yeah, I think he's genuinely already on the case, so...
He might come with a gun.
Scared.
I know firearms are not allowed in America's most beloved ballpark, but they might make an exception here.
Yeah, he has a license.
Wally could get one in. I was going to say Wally has clearance.
He's always strapped.
It's like the Godfather, like in the bathroom within the monster. He has a gun on top of the toilet.
Yeah, no, I think there'll be some cat calls, I'm sure.
Someone might take it too far. There's a non-zero chance that happens. I hope you're aware of that.
Yeah, well, we'll survive. As long
did he freeze?
You know what, honestly,
I don't know if he froze. Anyways,
killed...
if he did freeze, that's a perfect segue into the intro here. Undefeated in April, aka Liam, is the guy who just froze.
Freeze?
You did freeze, but you're back. It's okay.
Oh, damn.
Jake, did he
freeze
on your end?
For me. He didn't freeze for me.
Thank you, Jake.
Oh,
okay.
Well, new computer, same issues for your boy, aka Marcus Walden, aka Fitz.
I was gonna say though, if I got killed at Fenway, honestly, like that's how I'd want to go. So
yeah, what a way to go.
If someone does it tomorrow,
way.
Bleeding out.
So hey,
bleed out on the Truly Terrace.
Yeah, actually, if you want to make me happy tomorrow, kill me at Fenway Park.
We're also joined by Christian Campbell's agent, a.k.a. Jake. This is Pod on Lansdowne, the first Pod on Lansdowne episode recorded in the middle of the 2025 baseball season. We apologize for coming to you a little bit late this week. Liam was a bit down in the dumps, and truth be told, we didn't want to record an episode without Liam, especially not the first one of the year. And
I'll tell you what, honestly, good, because I think the vibes would have been. It was a little nasty 2 days ago, but these 2 games, I think we're on the up.
Punchy. Now listen, 100% part of this myself, so I'm not one to cast stones here. But Red Sox Twitter overreactions, Red Sox fandom, Red Sox Nation overreactions, especially earlier in the year, they're back and better than ever. It's a tale as old as time at this point. But again, we're happy that you could join us here with a little bit of a better vibe than it was on Tuesday. Jake's on to something because we have some very positive news to talk about. The Red Sox have won multiple games since we last spoke, not just the one. Not just the one game a week ago yesterday, opening day Thursday in Texas.
Jesus. That's how long ago that was?
Yeah, right? I feel like I've lived a lifetime since then. They have 3 wins and also 2 extra wins if you count certain contract extensions, which is exactly where I wanted to start this week, gentlemen. We can get into the games in the middle segment with our fuck with, don't fuck with. That's back, by the way. Fuck with, don't fuck with is back. I didn't tell the 2 other boys, but it is back. I wanted to start, though, with the overarching topic of the week. 2 massive bags given out by Craig Breslow and company. 1 to the ace, 2 to Barry Bonds. Joyous times for Boston Red Sox fans. Garrett Crochet extended 9-figure deal. Christian Campbell not given a 9-figure deal. Well, it could get up to 9 figures after a decade of time.
Yes.
That's all it takes,
Correct.
right? When the U.S. dollar is at a completely different value.
Inflation through the roof.
Yeah, right. When Donald Trump Jr. is the president, we'll see where the dollar is at that point. Christian Campbell and Garrett Crochet locked up long term, big part of the picture. Jake, you just mentioned it, but I'll just have you repeat yourself now. The vibes are back. Vibes are high.
It feels good. It's been a good 48 hours or whatever it was. When did Crochet get extended? Tuesday. That off
What was
day.
that? Tuesday night. I was already asleep.
Yeah. No, so it's been a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here in Red Sox Nation. You can't ask for much more, frankly, I would say. Extending your ace, extending your young what would you call him? Lightning rod. I don't want to use the word superstar. Just
why? Because he's electric.
Phenom.
Yeah, a phenom. That's a great word. Extend your ace, extend your phenom. Win the series. Come on. Opening day tomorrow, back at home. Wow.
Vibes are great. It's a great time of the year.
Okay. Get to 500 tomorrow. You're playing the lowly Cardinals. Let's sweep. Why not?
Yeah. Anything's possible at this time of the year, considering the season only just started on Wednesday.
What's the Cardinals' record? I don't even know. Do you guys know?
Let me see.
I don't know. Fitz, what do you think? Guess. I'm gonna get
Cardinals record?
3-4. Gus.
Ooh.
Oh, are they good, Liam?
5-2. I'm gonna say
4-2, Fitz.
4-2. I was like they've had a solid start. Arenado's looked pretty solid so far. Was it Herrera had 3 home runs?
100% a lock to go deep tomorrow. I'll put it down there. Narrative ball
with you in attendance, absolutely.
Well, yeah, double down. He'll hit 2.
Back to brass tacks here, though, Liam. One of the quotes that Garrett Crochet gave following the news of this extension, and I'm paraphrasing here. I believe he said it to Bradfo, but I'm not 100% sure. I read this on the toilet, so take it for what it's worth. But he did say that, obviously you want to pitch to compete. Like, that's a big part of it, but as a young guy trying to come up, like in college, okay, I want to make it to the pros. Now that I'm in the pros, all right, now that I want to establish myself as a veteran, like, okay, maybe I can work myself to getting a nice little, chunk of change here for my performances. Now that for the next 6 years, Garrett Crochet doesn't have to worry about that. He's going to be paid pretty handsomely, around $28 million a year, average annual value, if memory serves. It was 6,170. It was. I'm not good at math. That's not the point. It's a lot of money. Liam, the fact that he doesn't have to worry about that, he said, now means like I can go out there and just worry about shoving, which first start after the extension, that's exactly what he did against Baltimore. 8 shutout innings, magnifique performance. But it's good now that he could just kind of, get down to business here.
Yeah, and I think, one, obviously it's great for him. 2, I think it's great for the fan base. We don't have to fucking hear about it all season. Oh, they haven't extended him. But yeah, I mean, it certainly seems like the makeup is there. The fact that it was the first time he had gone to 8 innings since high school or like JUCO, he said after the game, Wednesday night was shocking to me. I mean, I guess it shouldn't be because he came right to the majors and was immediately a reliever, but he's saying all the right things. He's clearly a guy that wants to be here. I love the fact that he obviously word on the street was no, they didn't want to continue conversations once the season started, but Breslow, to his credit, and Crochet, to his credit, they kept tinkering during that weekend in Texas, and got it done. And I love the fact that, like, tongue in cheek, he said to Bradfo, like, straight up asked him, was like, so you actually knew it was going to happen when I asked you the other day? And he goes, yeah, sorry. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm in love with it. He's the perfect age. Obviously you gave up a bunch to get him, so you might as well lock him down.
If you valued him that much, as Matthew Gross pointed out the other day.
Like I said, a week ago, the organization top to bottom, we're being decisive. You lock down your phenom, you lock down your ace. We are on our way, fellas. Like it just feels like if this trend continues.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll tell you what about the Crochet deal. First things first. Once again, I was right. I've never been wrong.
Just
only early.
Opening day, everybody was having a fucking conniption on here. Not on here. On X, the Everything app. Like, oh, yeah, he's not extended. We spent all that. And I said, I'll worry about it in a year. Lest we forget he has 2 years of control, not one. Which I think people just like neglected to acknowledge for a lot of those narratives.
I read that in The Athletic the other morning before they had extended him. Like the whoever the writer was made a typo and was like, oh, he's only got 1 year of control. I do think people were forgetting that.
Yeah. So he had 2. Definitely had 2. And guess what? I wasn't concerned a week ago, and I was right not be, because he's now locked in for the next 5 seasons. Wait.
Through 2030, right?
6 seasons, including this one. I would imagine he opts out after 2030, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's one
less season than what we had of Chris Sale, and that felt like a long time itself.
Well,
with Chris Sale, obviously different ages than when they
came
in.
Also,
signed,
I
understand
threw
that,
about 100 innings those last 4 years, but
that's another thing. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to repeat all that. It's funny that you mentioned.
Why are people wishing me a happy birthday in the chat?
Yeah, people are wishing Jake a happy birthday.
Did I
Pot
miss
on Lansdowne
something?
on YouTube if you want to tap in. We usually record Tuesday nights, but people are wishing happy birthday. I actually, while Jake was talking there, went to his Twitter to double check. I'm like, this is not Jake's birthday, right?
It's definitely not my birthday.
Like what?
No, my birthday's
Couple
in
weeks
like
it is.
Yeah,
right?
like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not today,
Yeah.
though.
This has Ian
They're just
Doran
getting ahead
written
of it,
all
that's
over
all.
it. Not another Sox podcast.
I just want to
saying
address
happy birthday, Jake.
my cap. My cap, never wrong, just early, Jonah. That's true. It will be my birthday. I just want to address Jack. This is an EFIS hat from the movie EFIS. I bought this down. I liked it. Down at the IFC Center here, and I went with our friend Jonah. Good picture. Good baseball movie. And what was I talking about? Crochet. I got distracted by the fucking chat. I don't know why
birthday stuff.
Why do people think it's my birthday?
Anyways, with the Garrett Crochet thing, Liam, it's funny that you mentioned the, even after opening day, maybe they were still kind of, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. I like to think that, like, Craig Breslow, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe had a couple of bevies in him and sent that "you up" text over to Garrett Crochet. I know we said we were done, but you up?
Or
right
do you
now?
think it was like the A-Rod situation and the comeback?
Garrett Crochet's in the tuxedo at 3 in the morning.
Calls Breslow up to his hotel room.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. John Henry begging him, don't send that text.
It was one of those things where I really did in my heart think. I guess I mostly thought I'd get it done a year from now, but I did think they would reach an extension with him. It just feels like the fact that it was 2 years and not I guess the fact that it was so similar in every way to Chris Sale. I was like, oh, we're just doing it again, I guess. Like, and I just figured they would get it done, and they did. And now we have an ace.
And in a decade, we'll do it with Noah Schultz. It will be great.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. And now we have an ace,
Jake,
and it's cool.
Jake, I agree with that. I going into the season, like I was fine if we didn't have conversations during the year. Like people were already stressing about it, but we had 2 years. If he had a great season this year, and certainly if he does what he did Wednesday night, we'll be in good shape. I figured,
if he throws 8 shutout innings 30 times
every
night,
night,
we'll be in good shape. Yeah.
That'd be okay. That'd be okay. So I like, even if the price went up and he had a great season, we're having these talks in the winter, it'd be like, all right, cool. Cause then clearly the Red Sox season went very well. And you're paying a guy that deserves it. But hey, they got ahead of it. Maybe the price still goes up. But
I think it was maybe not under discussed, but under, like, people were not being cognizant of the fact that he had basically no comp, like, in the history of baseball, to be like, look at this. I'd like that contract. Like, he's been a starter for 1 year.
You're throwing 140.
Not even a full year. Yeah. And it was a very unique position. And I understand. Actually, I'm giving my like stump speech of them not extending him, but they did extend him. So I get why it took a little extra. Then. Yeah, I get why it took it a little extra, an extra what, 6 days than the deadline they set. And can I just say, I'm not a fan of when players set that opening day deadline. It stresses everybody out. You know, I always every year a couple years ago I remember. It was Lindor with the Mets, and they got it done like midnight before opening. Like it's always it's unnecessary. Why can't you just talk? Like if you're close, why can't you just bring it into April or May? Or, you know. Stupid.
Side note: we have got to fix that skipping a little bit on Jake's mic. It still does that little hiccups here and there, but it's okay. We still love Jake all the same. So that's Garrett Crochet, who, by the way, the cutter revolution and the anti-four-seam fastball movement within Andrew Bailey's pitching lab continues. Just cheesing the cutters for Crochet. Clearly, they like something there in his arsenal compared to how he was pitching with the White Sox. 2 starts in, that seems pretty evident. Moving on, though, we finally have our own Ozzy Albies locked in to a decade at minimum wage. Christian Campbell. Jake, you as his agent, you got to take the fall for this, man. Like, you can't even get 120 for your client over the course of 10 years. What's up with that? I thought you were supposed to be looking out for his best interest.
Dude, I think it's kind of a crazy good deal for the Red Sox. Like, not even like deal. I know that most of these guys, like when these young guys extend, like the Braves and everything, it always looks good when written down, because you strip it of the context of like 6 of these years were for dirt cheap. Like, 3 were dirt cheap and 3 less than market value anyway. But like, even with that context, it's crazy good. I kept rereading it when it got announced. It's crazy good. And then those last 2 option years, if he's even like an average major league middle infielder at that point, that's a decade from now. That's gonna be like mid reliever money by then, or less than that. I don't even know. Those last 2 years are crazy. I'm over the moon. I think it's an awesome deal for. I literally have no negative feedback on it. I don't know how. Yeah. It's really good.
And a kid at his age, Liam, to get financial security for the next decade, like that. Hey. That's one thing more than he has than me. Well, I guess eventually it'll be like 100 million things more than he has than me. So for some people, not everyone has the same motivations, but for some people that is the difference. But, in a similar way to what I had just mentioned, Liam, about, okay, now Crochet can just focus on, slicing every 5th day. Now Campbell can just continue to focus on his development, not have to worry about the fluctuation of arbitration years, in a handful of years, the pre-arb deals where you're making actual minimum wage in MLB terms, right? This is just so exciting. And we've been asking for the team, and Liam, again, not to repeat your point, but you kind of mentioned this. We've been asking the team to make these long-term investments And it's great because it actually gives fans a reason to continue to tune in and year out. We're the sickos who are going to be watching no matter what. They could have Jake Wallinger out there in center field. We're still going to be watching. But for people to identify a person, say like, okay, you know what, no matter what happens this offseason, I know Christian Campbell's going to be sitting there at second base. He's going to be hitting towards the top of the order. Obviously not right now, but in due time you would have to imagine that. That's vastly important for this organization. Obviously, the end goal is to win, and Christian Campbell can absolutely, and I think will be part of the next great Red Sox team. But just for fans' sake, to have a guy that you're like, okay, this is one of our own. This is a homegrown guy, and he's going to be here for the long haul. That's excellent, and that makes me happy for all of us here. And again, as Christy mentioned, the sun is indeed shining upon us again.
I just checked the Red Sox salaries. I mean, in 2033, he will. This is a club option for $19 million. Right now, that's Lucas Giolito money.
So there you go.
Pretty good
right?
deal.
I can't even imagine the caliber of player that's going to be getting 19 million. That's literally going to be like your 26th man on your fucking roster in a decade. That's crazy.
Right.
I mean,
of course,
Yoshida's making almost 19 mil right now.
So there you go, right? The labor situation after next season maybe leaves some questions, but the general point still remains. Like that's a
the MLB
deal.
does love getting fucked in the ass every couple years. Sorry to be crass. They're the worst negotiators in the fucking world.
You think the MLB?
No, MLB is not the worst. Are you kidding me?
Dude, they're the strongest by far.
It's MLB's the strongest. NBA is awful. They gave
that's
so much just so they can smoke a little weed. Yeah,
Grant Williams. Yeah, okay, that's NBA's bad. Right, sorry.
NBA is pretty bad. But anyways, Liam, this is great for the long-term outlook.
No, I feel like it's such a breath of fresh air, and I feel like they did. There are shades of Mookie here where it's a guy that kind of comes out of nowhere over the span of 12 months, and suddenly he looks like the next Red Sox superstar. And as we all know now, and we're all well aware, Mookie Betts does not play for the Red Sox anymore.
Wow.
In case you haven't heard. So I look at it as, one, they learned their lesson. Well,
you're telling me that for the first time.
Yeah. You lived an amazing life.
But no, I think they learned their lesson, and for Campbell too, it's kind of, you do hear some prospect guys going like, maybe the mechanics don't age well, maybe they don't hold up with the bat twitch he has going on. For Campbell, at least, you have generational wealth now, regardless of what happens. Like, you're set for life. And the fact that he's exploded, like, he wasn't on my radar 12 months ago. It really wasn't until like,
he was in like single A, wasn't he?
May or June.
Yeah.
So
he was.
the fact that he has come on the scene so quickly, and has locked down lifetime earnings, like, great on him. I know people are ragging on the agent and like, maybe hold out for another year, but hey, man, if the money's
nothing
there,
you can guarantee, right?
Right, 100%.
It takes one instance for your knee to get torn into pulled pork, and that changes everything.
Certainly, if he ages well, he'll certainly get another bite at the apple.
As Adam pointed out, when he's in his 30s, he'll still get a chance to get
100%.
30 per. Yeah,
right. That's like Crochet hitting if he
win all around.
30. Yeah, so nobody loses in this situation. So to me,
except
that's
the haters and losers. They lose.
The haters and looters.
No, losers. Well, we just did some looting with that extension there. That feels like we were robbing the bank, robbing the store.
It does. But for Campbell too, I feel like that's great for him.
The craziest part of the deal for me, I keep coming back to them. The two club options tacked on at the end are like, that is fucking. Craig was in his bag with those fellas. Let me tell you,
Craig
has that dog in him. He really does.
He kind of does.
And he moves. And as Jake pointed out a couple of weeks ago, he just moves in silence, which I kind of love.
He does move in silence. Nothing he does. Nothing. The Campbell extension, the first
you never know
thing
what's coming. You never know what's coming.
That leaked in advance.
He doesn't. To quote great rapper Trinidad James, he doesn't fuck with no snitches. So don't tell him who telling. Okay, he does not fuck with any leaks or anything like that, and I appreciate that.
Really cool. It's fun. It's like, oh, the Red Sox did a franchise-altering move, and nobody reported on it beforehand. Awesome.
Craig's gonna have a press conference before the game tomorrow and say, like, just wanted to announce to you folks here, we have accepted the team options in 2023 and 2024. Right? Yeah. We have already gone ahead and
get out front of that.
up on that, or whatever years they are. So, do we want to talk about the actual games that has happened, the first week of games?
I mean, yeah.
Well, that
like one by one, or in a broad sense. Like
broad sense.
Okay, let's break it down.
We're gonna do that after the break. That is.
After
Stay
the
tuned.
break.
Good tease. Good tease.
Exactly.
That's a pro.
We'll be right back after this. Pod on Lansdowne will return. Hi, chat. 24 is that like 25, 35? How we doing, chat? How's it going on? A little chat break. Recuperate before.
Chad, I'll announce this right now, right on the pod. Whenever Mario Superstar Baseball comes to Nintendo Switch Online,
yes,
we will be live streaming. Whenever that may be, whether it's 2027, 8, I don't know.
Yeah, I actually, hand to God, this is true. I was going to text the chat, Jake, and say, like, when that goes live, like, we need to do something like that.
Yeah.
Strikers.
I don't know when. It wasn't.
There.
Yeah, Strikers already announced as one of the games that's coming, but I
maybe
don't
not at launch.
But all the. No, there's only 3 at launch.
Yeah, which Wind Waker and then those.
Wind Waker, Soul Calibur, and
F-Zero. Yeah. That's what it is, right? The racing game. F-Zero.
Yeah,
I never played.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have some of the Mario Kart, yes. Yeah. How about that? Jack is currently playing. Christy, what's Jack playing on the Switch? Tariffs are going to kill you on those Switch 2s. Yeah. I'm going to probably wait about a year or year and a half to get a Switch 2. Because, listen, GTA is coming out. GTA is coming out at the end of the year. I can't buy a Switch 2 and then buy GTA and just play a bunch of GTA. You know what I mean? Like, one thing at a time here, folks. You know what I'm saying?
After looking over the launch lineup, I would assume I'm going to purchase my Switch with Pokemon Legends. ZA.
Z to A, yeah, ZA, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'm a big Pokemon head, and I'm excited for that game.
I'm a big Mario Kart. The Mario Kart being released at drop did tempt me. But I don't know if I could pull the trigger, especially at like $80 or something like that. I'll cook any of these 3 in Mario Kart, by the way. I already have cooked Jake in Mario Kart before online. They flip me. It's true. It's true. I have. That was after multiple adult beverages. I'll have you know. I was
Mabel
cooking.
Appearance.
Mabel.
All right.
Leo says we need some Twitch streams. Listen, man.
Yeah, we thought it. Yeah.
Gaming
I agree. I'm not well versed in that, but we can figure it out. Maybe.
Trill Withers does the his Twitch streams every now and again, and he'll put it on YouTube. Great background noise. Him like he's rebuilding the Angels right now. It's fun. It's funny. I appreciate it. So there are definitely times where I'm just sitting there and be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rebuild the Colorado Rockies tonight. So if I stream that,
it's a good time. It's a good time. I'd watch
NASB POL Mario Kart episode. Listen, you know I'm already there. You know about that action.
In a year or 2 years or whatever, when Superstar Baseball comes, we'll rebuild. Do they have team names in that game? It's like Bowser's, or no, maybe they don't. Oh,
like Mario Heroes or something like that. Yeah, they do.
All right, are we coming back?
Yeah, in a second. Yeah,
because I just got a thing and I want to have it on while we're recording. Where are you going?
Oh, okay. Well, let's get back into it. 5 seconds. Hey. We're back. Pod on Lansdowne here. Fitz, Liam, Jake, and Mabel. Say hi, Mabel.
Okay.
Mabel's shy. That's okay. And the YouTube chap is the YouTube chap, bro. We have 23 YouTube chaps in there right now, and you could be number 24.
Oh, how do you know? You know the number?
Yeah, I see it right now in the top left. Yeah, live viewers 23.
Well, I can't see that.
Well, so there you go. You could be the 24th YouTube chap if you go onto YouTube, Pod on Lansdowne. You can also find us on Twitter. The show is at Pod on Lansdowne. I am at Fitzy Mopena. Jake is at Jake Wallinger. Liam is at Liam Fennessy _. We enter opening day at Fenway Park, gentlemen, at 3-4. It was 1-0. Then it was 1-4. Then it was 3-4. Lots and lots and lots to talk about. So it's a perfect time to reintroduce Fuck With, Don't Fuck With. For those who are new to the program.
I forgot about this.
Liam, did I or did I not say that I was bringing it back in the first segment?
You did.
Was Jake asleep?
Just now? Just now he said that?
No, he said it. He said it in the first segment.
20 minutes ago. 25
Oh, I
minutes
totally Fitz. I wasn't listening. Whenever you,
Jake's the one that started it.
That's fine.
I did. No, I didn't hear him say that though.
Well, Jake, since you started it, do you want to explain to the new folks what Fuck With, Don't Fuck With is?
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'll tell you what. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's not much to explain.
So you give two things. We go around in a circle, me, Fitz, and Liam, and we give two things. And believe it or not, the first thing. Well, actually, you could do it in either way. But one thing is one thing you fuck with that happened with the Red Sox, or is happening with the Red Sox, or something Red Sox. And if you could believe it, the other thing is something you don't fuck with.
And they have to be even. You can't have 7 fuck withs and only 1 don't fuck with.
Yeah, it's 1 and 1. That's what it is.
So let's start
All
there,
right.
gentlemen. Lots
Who's
to
leading
talk
off?
about. There are some encouraging performances somewhere on the field for some people, some not so encouraging performances, some bounce backs. Let's start with Liam. Liam, what are you fucking with in this week of Red Sox baseball?
So I'm going with a guy I feel like we've already forgotten about his. It feels like actually already a lifetime ago, his heroics.
Yeah.
Only been a week, but no, I'm fucking with my guy Willier. The narrative is fantastic on opening day. 2 home runs for his Twins in the same place he hit 2 home runs for his grandmother the year before. Seemed 99% like he was gone over the winter. And suddenly he's still on the team of spring training. He's dying of the plague down in Florida. He's Slim Willie now. And the fact that it was really him and Campbell were the only ones doing anything offensively in Texas. So without Willie, guys were 2-5. So he leads the team in WAR. He's got 0.8, but he's got nearly a full win under his belt.
Of the 3 wins that we have, he's responsible for.
He's responsible for basically one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking with my guy Willie. I know we didn't see him today. We didn't see him.
Oh, he played
no,
today.
It was just today.
He played today.
Did he play today?
Yeah, he played today.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at B-Ref. It hasn't updated. But yeah, I guess he hasn't made. I guess he didn't make noise.
Asshole.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't watching. I was working.
Get a job.
Unlike the economy, which was not working today.
Go home,
folks.
get a job.
I was not working and I was watching. Thank you very much.
But Willie's my fuck with for the week. God bless him. I love him. I'm happy he's still here, and I feel like he's even turned Jake around on him.
I mean, whoa. I was never out on Willie. I simply, this is not a Jake thing. This is probably 90% of Red Sox fans. We're like, oh yeah, he's probably the odd man out. We had written him off for dead, basically. But now I'm saying, no way, Jose.
Yeah, my whole thing was, and I'll eat some crow in this a little bit as well. I was never one to push him out the door. I think he's a very useful player. Obviously, the defense last year, your mileage may vary on a Gold Glove award in the big 2024, but he did win one, and he looked good out there in right field. Cannon of an arm, and a very useful hitter, especially against righties. You don't push a guy like that out of the door. My whole thing, just at the start of the offseason, was that, okay, at some point, you can't play 7 outfielders. And it just felt like the writing had been on the wall for him. Team felt differently, and I'm thankful for that. Obviously, I've liked Willier for a long time. I like his game. Sweet swing, man, when he's in the zone. My goodness gracious. It's very, very, very sweet. But no, obviously happy for him and happy that he's on this team. Productive player. Productive player. Every team needs a guy like a Willier Abreu, I think.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Gold Glove in right field at Fenway, man. I can't emphasize it enough.
Jake, what are you fucking with?
Well, I won't go with the obvious one. I'll pick something a little more secret sauce. I'm fucking with Alex Bregman at third base. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that defense.
I'm sure we'll get into the larger scope of this conversation at some point in this episode, the whole third base debacle. But I tell you what, man, not like cringing before every throw across the diamond. I really did kind of forget what it was like to just have a steady presence over there. I mean, it's been, 15 years? Like, when was the last?
15!
Yeah.
15 and a half years, right?
14 years?
Since that magical season of Beltre.
Yeah, I mean, Euclid was a good third baseman, right? 11?
He was fine. He was serviceable.
Yeah, but I mean, Bregman won a Gold Glove last year, so it's a long time. It's awesome. He's making plays, dude, that I, forgot third baseman can make. That double play in the 6th or 7th or 5th of Crochet's start, where he backhanded it and then whipped it across over to Campbell. I mean, he is a whiz over there, and it's special to watch. Which later in the show, I actually want to talk more about Alex Bregman, but I'm definitely fucking with Alex Bregman, and his bat's been pretty solid as well. So Alex Bregman.
Yeah, huge homer today.
Yeah.
First in a Sox uniform. Special.
That's right.
Get him
was
that
not
ball.
with the torpedo bat. Don't put
He's
it in the
better than
newspaper
that.
that it was
He's
with the
better than
torpedo.
that.
Over Baltimore.
He doesn't need the torpedo.
That would not have been a home run at the former Baltimore, correct? I don't think any of the ones we hit.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whichever iteration of the wall you want to talk about. But yeah, we also, by the way, we have a if you have a Pod on Lansdowne / General Baseball podcast bingo board, we have said the word torpedo bat this episode, so you can go ahead and check that off. We've met
I'm glad we're not spending any fucking time on it. I don't even care.
It's to quote George Harrison at the end of that Beatles Simpsons episode. It's been done. It's been done. We don't need to.
What else is there to say?
Done,
the
right?
fact that Bregman was like, nah, I don't really need it. Like, all right, cool, I'm out. Don't need it. Not worried about it.
Gentlemen.
Oh, honorable. Sorry.
Honorable mention.
Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna. I'll do my honorable mention after you give yours. Just in case.
You can't do an honorable before because what if Fitz did?
Yeah, exactly. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So,
right,
case in
I
point,
got excited.
I was going to bring up the improved defense in the infield. That was going to be my fuck with for the week, but then
Sorry.
No, it's okay because I had a backup.
Good segue. Good segue.
I'm so sorry, dude. Again, this is a bit lower on the totem pole out of all the things that we've seen within the last week. But Garrett Whitlock being back in the bullpen, man, doing miracles on me. I'm fucking with that this week. I'm glad that we're finally back to just having him full-time there. Okay, I was open to the idea of him being a starter a couple of years ago. We gave it a try. It didn't work out. That's okay. It's fine. Now he's pumping like 97, 98 to finish off games. I understand that he had a comfy lead late into the game today. But for a unit that we all were in agreement a couple weeks ago that if there was going to be one big weakness for this team, it could potentially be the bullpen. We were confident about the starting pitching staff, confident about the offense, all things considered, over the course of 162 games, even if it was a bit of a slow start this year, which we can get into in a moment, I'm sure. We're kind of hesitant on, okay, Chapman's control can come and go at times. Slayton, does he have enough to be the absolute shutdown fireman guy that he potentially could be? Liam Hendricks, what do we get from him? So to be able to, I'm not saying he has to be early career Garrett Whitlock when he was gangbusters out of the bullpen right away, but if he's pumping high 90s, if he's getting that,
man, he kind of looks like that.
A little. Listen, it's early. Yeah. It's early. But yeah, you're onto something there, Jake. If he gets that Bugs Bunny changeup going, you know what I mean, man. It's special, and it makes me warm and tingly to see that coming out of the bullpen. A sense of security, a calming presence out there, a lighthouse in a dark, stormy night on the seas.
Oh, beautiful.
That's Garrett Whitlock.
Oh, this is a poet, Fitz.
The angel of death.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this about Whitlock.
That's
right. Today I was watching him mow down the O's, and it felt great. And I actually found some peace with the whole starter thing because at least the 3 teams, the 3 years that they were trying that experiment, the Red Sox were bad. So it was like, whatever. You dump it, throw it away, it's trash.
This one's garbage.
And we're good again, knock on wood. But he's a reliever again, and that's all that matters. He's back where he belongs.
That's exactly right, Jake.
Yeah.
For the counterweight, though, we try to stay optimistic on this show, but we've got to figure out what we're not fucking with. Liam.
Oh, sorry. My honorable mention real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Was Casas' opposite field home run today.
That was nice.
Regardless of Baltimore or not, that's an impressive shot. I know he was talking in the spring about using the monster more. There you have it. That one's either I don't know what the actual height of it was, but gotta imagine it's high off the wall or into the first row, the monster seats. So kudos to him.
But anyways.
But anyways, in any event, I feel like, guys, we might have a consensus. Not fucking
you think?
here.
You think?
There are a couple there are a couple like that I like to go last in these things because I feel like I'm able to pivot.
I mean, it's only been a week, so it's not like, I'm not freaking out. Ooh.
But you're not fucking with something. Listen, not fucking with something doesn't have to be like vitriol, like complete hatred down into your innards. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what? I don't fuck with relish, man. You know, I don't like relish. People are gonna yell at me for that. I don't fuck with relish. You know,
it's case to case.
That's not my don't fuck with for the week.
It's case to case. But Liam, take it away.
But I mean, I feel like Jake, you're definitely gonna have the same one. It's got, it's me. It's me. Sorry.
Christy says Liam's don't fuck with himself in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, me at games. No, it's got to be Connor Wong. I feel like
that was not gonna be my.
No, I got to pivot.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's got to be like I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting him to tear the cover off the ball, but I need more than. Did he?
Then nothing.
Today?
Then nothing.
Did he play today? I need you guys to tell me because I couldn't.
He didn't play today.
Okay, so B-Ref, he's got 1 hit on the season.
Yeah.
I can't have that a week into the year for my starting catcher. I mean, Jake, we
I'll
saw
tell you what
Narvaez.
I read that
we saw Narvaez in Texas, and he had a nice night. Was that Saturday night?
Narvaez had a hit today.
Oh, okay, nice. So
I did read that Wong on Savant is rating out good defensively. I saw it today. Okay. I saw it with my own eyes.
He's throwing guys out. He can throw the guys out.
Yeah, he's always had a cannon and will have a cannon.
No, but he's framing good. He's framing good now and blocking better.
Okay.
I saw it with my own eyes on Savant today. But it's only been a week. I mean, I agree.
That's all. I mean, the fact that the top of the order is starting to have a little juice there these last 2 games.
I just need him to run it one.
Because he will eventually. He'll have those weird games where he's got like 2 doubles and etc.
We'll tweet at one point the Connor Wong game. Like that'll happen.
Of course.
1 time this year.
It always does. He's good for 1. But that's all I got. Just a little. I mean, if you'd asked me 48 hours ago, I would have said the entire top of the order, but things look like they're turning around. So,
Wong's all I got. Man, Kyle Teal, run right back to me.
I knew you were going to say run right back to me.
Run right back to me.
Whatever happened there, run right back to me.
No, whatever happened there. He's mashing in. What's Chicago's team?
Just sometimes you're like you're like a Woody doll. You pull your string and it's like you got like 5 sayings.
My catchphrases.
Run right back to me. It's over. We're back. Yeah, whatever happened there. I will say before we continue on that, just one thing on Connor Wong. I did write this on Over the Monster, the staff predictions before the start of the year. The question posed by our fearless leader, Dan Secator, was who will have the most disappointing season? I did write Mr. Connor Wong. I said this is not to say that he'll be capital B bad, but it will be hard to imagine him having another year with an OPS plus about 10% better than the league average if his quality of contract I can't fucking talk today. Quality of contact metrics don't improve. I mean, you take a look, he was 20th percentile in hard hit rate last year. 16th percentile.
No, his numbers were mostly fake last year. I remember looking at it.
And he had a 760 OPS, which was solid. He had about 15 homers last year, and he was very, very fine at the plate last year. It's just under the hood, there is not a ton to get excited about. There are players who can absolutely outperform their metrics on the mound, at the plate, you name it. That is 100% a thing that happens every year in Major League Baseball. I don't know, though. It's early. It's fine. And if he's throwing guys out and if he improves defensively and just isn't a complete albatross at the plate, I'll take it. with the rest of the lineup, what I think they're going to be able to do over the course of the year, should be fine. But I'm with Liam there so far, not fucking with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean,
at the plate.
At the end of the day, yeah, no, it is really just like, all right, if offense of the catcher positions our biggest issue, I think we'll be all right. At the end of the day.
Maybe our boy Carlos is gonna Wally Pip him. We don't know.
Who knows?
Never know.
I'm digging. Carlos gets up there and he takes some professional ABs. Can I say?
Zachary in the chat going, I want nothing but the best for Connor Juan because he's the last thing we got from Mookie.
That's real.
Well,
that's
we actually have Dick Fitz in a roundabout way.
No, I guess that's true.
One of the trade trees that you see in like 20 years. Some guy named Jack Webster or something like that. I don't know. He says Wong was still in the 88th percentile for framing, but it was still 0 framing run still, so I guess everyone else is just bad. My response to Jack is get your own podcast and maybe talk about it. Jake, what are you not fucking with this
Yes. Week? What am I? Well, 2 days ago, and like I said, thank God we're doing this show Thursday this week instead of Tuesday, because it would have been way more like negative and upsetting. I would have said Devers 2 days ago, but he has 3 hits his last games. Yeah, he's gonna figure it out.
He was walking before he ever started hitting. So
that's true.
You gotta watch out for the eye.
It was just his timing was dog shit, and he'll come around. So I'm not gonna say Devers because that's old hat. I'll say Tanner Houck. I'm not loving what I'm seeing out of him these first 2 games.
Fair. After a tough spring too, yeah.
Yeah, 3 bombs. Giving up 3 bombs in 2 starts. He gave up 11.
I've tweeted the 15.5 video twice from the pod account already.
I saw
already.
Not a great start.
It's just he looked just like unremarkable, I guess would be the which like I do think he's a major league starter at this point. But we were hoping, I mean, the man was an all-star last year, and we were hoping for, if not a step up this year, I would say we were all hoping for be a more consistent, more consistently like what he looked like in April, May, June last year. And that has not been the case so far. He has pitched against 2 teams with pretty solid offenses, but I have not loved what I've seen, and it worries me because that rotation, the potential of that rotation takes quite a hit if he is not looking like first half Tanner. So
here's my thing with Houck. Thus far, again, everything that we're saying here, good, bad, indifferent. I feel like for the first month of the year, we always have to add the caveat that it's early. Any baseball conversation, you have to do that. But early returns from what we've seen from Houck is that there is some raw stuff there still. We've always known that about him. The first start, the vertical movement on the sweeper, because not a slider so much anymore, he throws it as a sweeper. I think Stats put it out, it was like 3 or 4 less inches pause on the vertical movement on that breaking pitch compared to last year, which not great. You want that thing to bite a little bit more. For this start, Will Fleming, I believe, said on the EEI broadcast that it is back to par. And again, I wasn't able to watch the game. I was listening to it at work, but just following along on the timeline, just, these are all anecdotes, so, take it for what you will. It seemed like the stuff was there. Like the raw actual movement, the bite on pitches,
this today,
you name it.
Or this
today.
Is...
Today,
okay,
yes.
today.
It was, from my understanding, the raw stuff was there, but then looking at the locations of where the pitches ended up, no command, or very subpar command. If he can reel that in a bit and still do what he does best with the raw stuff itself, the swing and miss stuff that we know that he has in his bag on his day, then it should be fine. But a little bit erratic to start the year. I agree with you, Jake, there. I'm not necessarily fucking with that a whole lot, but there's room for this to improve.
Okay.
I also think,
I didn't say I think it's hopeless.
I know you didn't. I'm just, for people who are looking for hopium, who have been a little concerned, I just wanted to offer that,
Like, I know he wasn't, like, tossing a Maddox. What was it, Friday night in Texas? Like, if not for Jonah Heim, like, that start looks a lot better.
What do you mean if not for Jonah? He gave up 2 home runs to Jonah Heim. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's 2 pitches.
What do you mean?
The first home
it's
to
2
Jonah Heim.
Liam, you can't talk about
the first home to Jonah Heim
was
a pitch low and away. Like, that was just a good piece of hitting there by Heim to get to that and still be able to pull it. It was fine. It is what it is. The second homer was a bit of a cement mixer. It was a bit of a cookie. That was, it happens. But
Liam, I think that's a dangerous way to talk about pitching performances. That's all.
Yeah, it's early. It's early, man.
It's early. All right, that's fair.
There you go.
And Fitz, who are not fucking with, my friend?
What I'm not fucking with.
Or what? Who are what?
It's a concept. I'm kind of cheating here. I'm making the don't fuck with into a positive. I'm taking a sad song and making it better. If only someone wrote a song about that. I'm not fucking with the idea that anything resembling struggles for Rafael Devers is not something that like he can just make an adjustment for. The idea that, he's just out of shape and lazy. It's the shoulder thing. I genuinely, again, I'm not paid to be a hitting coach or an analyst. I'm sitting here doing a Red Sox
Fitz,
podcast.
But you know what? Fatsy is. So, I mean.
Right? Well, maybe he did make those adjustments. My whole thing, I felt like I was going crazy over the last couple of days. And I said this to my dad. I sound like Bill Simmons. I was talking to my dad about Boston sports. My whole thing with Devers to start the year. Awful start, of course. It got better in Baltimore, but that first series in Texas,
actually fits the worst start in the history of baseball.
There you go. Yeah, you were crashing out.
I just think the stat was
jarring.
It was the most strikeouts with 0 hits to start a season ever. Do you know how much baseball ever encapsulates? A lot
of baseball.
A lot of baseball.
At least a couple dozen of players, I would say.
Yeah.
My whole thing. If it's not, Devers insists this is not like a mental thing. Like, I'm totally fine with being a DH, which I believe. If it's not a shoulder thing with Devers, which the team in Cora has insisted for weeks now that it's not. We said it with the Baseball Barbecast boys, Cespa's Family Barbecue. They had mentioned that Alex Cora is a straight shooter with injuries. We agreed, something that we appreciate about him. And Cora this entire time has been like, hey, he had a slow start to spring training because we had told him not to pick up a bat based off his off-season shoulder program, which went well. Nothing wrong with the shoulders. It is what it is. You mix that with the fact that Devers was actually seen, had a fair amount of command over the zone in Texas. He was swinging and missing at mediocre heat. He was getting beat by 92, 89. The lefty pitcher there, his name escapes me at the top of my head. One of their relievers, Hobie Milner. Thank you very much. Thank you, Liam. I can always count on you. Hobie Milner beat him with 89 up in the zone. Like that, you can't have that.
It's that sidearm junk. He's just
I understand, but
angle.
You're also Rafael Devers. You shouldn't be beaten by 89. And it's exactly what happened at the end of last year when his shoulders were hurt. He was just getting abused by fastballs last month and change of the season or so. So if it's not an injury thing, and he's still able to draw walks, he's swinging at the right pitches, this whole issue with Devers that we've seen, I think it's really just a matter of timing. And the only way out of that is through, like I had mentioned a couple days to you gentlemen, you got to get him the live reps to get his timing back. And maybe he's already on his way to doing that based off of his last couple of games in Baltimore. So I just wanted to
disagree.
Get that out of my system because I felt like I was taking crazy pills the last few days. Baseball has always been a game of adjustments. He's a professional hitter. He can make the adjustments. I'm not worried at all about the boy. And the boy's he grown man at this point. Force a habit, right? But no, I'm totally fine on Devers.
I don't disagree, Fitz. I think he's. I think you're already seeing it. He is coming around these last 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way out is through. Absolutely.
That's right. No one's coming. You just got to do it yourself.
And Fitz, to your point about him being okay with being a DH, he better be because, buddy, I'm never.
It doesn't matter if he's okay with it or not at this point, buddy.
I'm never
what's done is done.
There.
Yeah, Jake, do you want to check in on the little? It wasn't a bet, but the wager. Well, not even a full-on wager.
Yeah, I'd love to. Leah, Fitz, I'd love to.
How many games at third base Rafael Devers is going to play this year?
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, Liam Fennessy claimed. Liam, what was the number you said?
45.
You think he got 45 games at third base?
Big fan of 45.
45.
Yeah, so that's definitely not happening. It seems like short of like half the players on the Red Sox dying, he's never touching third base this year.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if they have a glove in his.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Dude, I said 25. I want to sell my 25 ticket. I need to hedge that.
What did I say? I think I might have said 0.
You said like nothing. Yeah,
I think
you were all out.
Jake, I think you said 5.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I feel vindicated. Yeah, I do. Sorry. The plan was so fucking clear in spring. Not even hindsight. I was saying this like, Bregman did not play second base in spring, and Rafael Devers did not play third base in spring. So one would logically come to the conclusion. But this actually, thanks. I'll take my victory lap. But this actually brings me to another thing I wanted to address, and I said this to Liam in Texas. I think that the next great Red Sox team, I think not the first step, but an important step. I think they need to buy out Bregman's options and give him some term. I think he needs to be on this team for several years.
Jake was talking about this like Saturday night in Texas. He was ready to give him like another 6 years.
I think I would just do it. And so, fellas, walk with me, okay? Can you walk with me? Fitz, are you walking with me?
The Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, walk with me. So
we did it again.
So walk with me. So Alex Bregman, great third baseman. That alone has locked me in watching a good third baseman, a guy with a command defensively. But he's a steady anchor at third base. It's awesome to have that kind of stability over there. He doesn't really get hurt, famous last words.
Gets hit by a train tomorrow.
Yeah. He doesn't really get hurt. He's gonna bat, in the middle of your order. He and this is actually the most important thing for me. The way he took the big 3 under his wing, and like after he was in the organization for like 36 hours, that did enough for me to be like, yeah, keep him around. Give him 6 years. That's fine. I just think that, like, God bless Rafael Devers. He's not a leader in any way, shape, or form.
Which he doesn't have to be.
Which is fine. No. Which is fine.
Team. Right. Yeah. No.
Which is fine.
Yeah. And he never wanted to be.
I know.
Right.
No.
Right. Again, totally cool. Not yelling at you, Jake. I agree.
I'm just saying he's not. And Alex Bregman is maybe like the platonic ideal of a leader. Like
Adam and Chaco's Bregman is a mama hen.
He is. He's buying these. He's getting these kids their fucking suits. He's taking to dinner. I want this guy around. And the money, you're not going to have to pay. None of these guys are getting big paychecks until after that contract, unless you're giving Bregman like 8 years, which I still don't think that's realistic. But I'd give him 6. I would go to him during this season and be like, can we lock you in for 5 more?
Are you talking 6 total? Okay, that's what. Okay.
If it took it, I would do 6 more, honestly. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to probably end up, it's not a poison pill, like it's completely backloaded, but like it's not going to necessarily age 100% gracefully. But you did make the point, Jake, that, the money, I would say for Campbell, but that money.
No, he's not getting real money for the 6 years
right?
anyway.
But
yeah,
but the point is, like, okay, at that point, Marcelo's at or around, arbitration towards the tail end of that. Same with Roman.
Exactly.
Short of them getting extensions of their own, like the question on their money isn't going to be coming up yet. So by the time, a 5 or 6 year, in total 10-year for the Red Sox for Bregman expires, that money's off the books, and do whatever you want with that, whether it's allocating that to Marcelo's contract, Roman's contract, someone that we've never heard of, someone who's currently in middle school right now, like we have no idea. Yeah, right. The password, right? There you go.
No, I watched those Texas games, and I was just like, he really. This is so cliche, and I hate saying this, but he really does feel like a Red Sox. Like, I watch him, and I'm like, he fits. He does.
He's a dirt dog. He
fits, and he hasn't even hit Fenway yet. He gets to go put up. Behind Ted Williams, career OBP at Fenway or something. That's tomorrow. I can't wait.
OPS is like 12 something. Yeah,
but I'm gonna start. I'm really gonna bang this drum until hopefully it happens. I kind of feel like it will.
I wanted to give him 6
or
7 years all winter, and I don't know why it still ended up only being 3 years for him. But
because Boris is undeniably washed, is why. But
when your goat is washed,
he fucking sucks. Unless you're one of the two best players in baseball, he's pretty much washed.
Teeth. Yeah. But no, like we said it all winter, and we sounded like boomers. But it's real. Like the intangibles are real, regardless of what he does on the field or not. Like clearly, he's doing something right in the clubhouse, and Cora loves him.
Yeah, the leadership is 100th percentile.
His ex-leadership.
Now, granted, like we always joke about like EEI and Nesson being the state-sponsored media, right? But I trust Will Fleming when he says, and he's raved about this throughout the year so far. How the younger guys look up to Bregman is legit. Like, that's real. I mean, shit, you're seeing Christian Campbell. He's not calling his teammates his teammates. He's calling them his friends. The power of friendship is real, and Alex Bregman has something to do with that, I think. So there's, I think you might be onto something, Jake.
I really do feel passionately about this, and I mean, it's April 3rd. We're recording this. They have some time, but even if he opts out, I would still I go hard after him to bring him back with
to
term.
Secure him, yeah.
I just think it's a really good fit, especially with the way, the rest of the team is kind of sorted out for the next 3, 4, 5 years. It just makes sense to me. Like, you're gonna need to fill that hole with someone else if it's not him. Like, it's not. You don't have a solution unless you're doing something with Story and Meyer. But we'll get to that, I'm sure. I'm gonna bang this drum most of the year. I would assume.
Listen. The way Craig's moving, it could be done by tonight.
Yeah, it could.
The Kevin Hart meme.
Craig's already on it. We
right?
just don't know.
Learn to sit back and observe.
Do you want to take a quick break before the final segment?
Yes.
Do it.
We still got plenty of things to talk about.
We do.
Got to talk about your trip down to the Lone Star State. The two of you.
That's right.
What do you mean?
That didn't go so good.
Well, we could talk about that and more.
Also, I have no kind things to say about that ballpark.
Well, complain about it on the podcast. Save the complaints for the podcast in about 90 seconds. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned. What was that? 02, 25?
Man, I really do hope they extend Bregman.
Yeah, given that you talked about it just now.
I'm on his Instagram now, and it's like, man, he's a fucking Red Sox.
You said Red Sox during the show. I know we had that conversation a couple months ago.
I never know how to say it.
He's a Red Stocking.
He's a Red Sox, if you ask me.
I'm so fucking hot. I'm.
Yeah, you are.
Shower,
buddy.
I gotta take a shower after this pod.
It does get a little steamy when you're in the stew recording. All right, back in 5 seconds.
Can I lead off with something, Fitz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Final segment here on Pod on Lansdowne, the first of the 2025 season proper. Jake, Fitz, and Liam here at your service. If you got a question or comment for us that you want featured on the show and don't feel like going into the YouTube chat throughout during that, if you want a voicemail featured on the program, buddy, there's an avenue for you to take advantage of. You can call our voicemail line at 617-420-2431 at any time to be featured on the show. 617-420-2431. Mr. Wallinger, you said you had a little tidbit that you wanted to leave
Yes,
off
I
the third
did.
final segment
And
with.
this actually, a reminder came up on my computer to talk about this. We need to address as a group.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. It's in my notes. It's in my notes.
We need to address as a group how much Dave O'Brien looked like Peter Griffin. It's actually uncanny. They look
so for background.
It's like
for
the
background,
episode where he gets liposuction or whatever.
no, their face. Dave, I don't think is nearly as overweight as Peter Griffin, but Dave has a round face.
He's like slimmer.
Dave's got a round face.
To the face.
In the face, they look nearly identical. Same haircut, glasses. They got everything.
For background, Jake just, what was it, just randomly one night, Liam, he brought this to our attention, and I said, Jake, if you do not bring this up on the next episode, you're fired. And he put a reminder in his phone, and that just came to fruition just now.
I was watching, I guess it was opening day. Yeah, it must have been. And I was just like, oh my God. They look just like each other. It's kind of...
Hey, Lois, check it out. Christian Campbell's 3 for 4.
Lois Finnegan's rainbow. Finnegan. Is a character on Family Guy named Finnegan or something?
There's gotta be, right?
I can't even spit it
What's
out.
the pirate's name? Is the pirate's name Finnegan? Seamus. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Raffy Devers is 0 for 5. Lois, he's got a golden sombrero.
Oh, gosh.
Jaren's this is just...
He's losing it.
All right, yeah, Lois, I know about being kicked out of places. Like that time I was sitting behind Jaren Duran at Fenway.
He has almost the same, many of the same, like I'm thinking of like Jerry Remy lines. Sound so much like Peter Griffin. Like, here comes the pizza.
Oh, Lois, that's my pizza. I threw the pizza. It's me. Tristan Cassis is having a worse day than
Dave O'Brien has ever
parking lot.
Do you think Dave O'Brien has ever watched but 30 seconds of Family Guy? I would guess no.
He has to. He has to have, right?
I don't think he watches scripted television.
You know, at all.
No, I think he probably only watches sports and like public access TV.
Could you imagine, like, he's a huge Family Guy junkie?
He has them all on DVD.
Yeah.
Well, Lou, this reminds me of the season 4, episode 17 subplot, where Brian and Stewie actually renovate a home.
Oh, that is a great episode.
Over. Yeah, that's a real good. I know that's not season 4 before you yell at me. That's
season 5 fits, I think. So pretty close. Or 6. It's one of those.
I was going to say, that was probably like 09 or so. Like that
Yeah.
I think that aired when I was in middle school, and that's right around that
Do you think
time.
he has strong feelings on American Dad versus Family Guy?
Do you?
But I do see chatter online every now and again that people say American Dad has become better than Family Guy.
It's very underrated,
in the long
American
run.
Dad. It's a good show.
I never got into into American Dad. I never really watched it. I'm sure it's good, but that has become like a not a bold take, not a cold take.
Yeah.
A prominent take.
Mild.
Like enough people out there will say that American Dad is not even like has become better, just is better than Family Guy, which to each their own. I can't judge. I haven't watched American Dad, so. I know the alien is named
Fitz,
Roger.
Did you know,
I know that.
Did you know Dave O'Brien was born in Quincy, Fitz?
Yes, he grew up, I think, in Marshfield, but he was born
Yes,
in
he
Quincy.
did.
I think I've said that on the show, like jokingly, said like Dave O'Brien, pride of Quincy.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have.
But no, he's not. Like he didn't go to like North or Quincy High. I'm not, as far as I know. But he was probably born at Quincy Medical, just like your boy.
Yeah, so Dave O'Brien
Who's
looks like
fucking
Peter.
beeping in the background, by the way?
Dude,
Yeah, it's
well,
just
a
the
pipe
street outside.
burst on our street, so we didn't have water yesterday. So there's a whole thing, and I think they're trying to you know what? I'm mute myself.
Oh,
that is Jake, okay.
Oh, New York City, the only city with traffic. Oh, I'm driving here. Oh, I'm trying to go to the bodega. It's funny that the chat, it says, we got one that says American Dad clears modern Family Guy, and then Family Guy is miles better than American Dad. Miles better than American Dad. So there you go.
Embrace debate.
It's the two-party system.
Yeah, you only get 2 Seth MacFarlane choices.
Yeah.
Every now and again, you'll get a third.
I'm a Cleveland.
show.
I'm
AKA
the Cleveland show.
Cleveland show.
right?
Cleveland show's fucking what? Who was the guy that ran in 2016?
Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
The guy who thinks it's fine to have a
Fitz,
license to drive.
I was gonna say Glenn Johnson. I was like, no, I know that's not it.
Oh, damn,
Ralph
Dynasty
Nader.
fantasy trade. Chat, you want to hear about this Dynasty fantasy football trade that just went down in my league? It's
Ross
fucking big.
Perot. This is the Cleveland
Ross
show.
Perot,
Ross
the
Perot.
Reform Party.
Cleveland show,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, how was Texas?
So I'll say this: every single preconceived notion I had of that state was confirmed with ferociously
Flying colors?
was ferociously confirmed. I mean, it was like everything is 40 minutes away. It's flat as hell. Not everybody wears cowboy hats, which that was disappointing.
We did find that one out. Yeah, we found that out
Yeah.
the hard way.
Were you 4 or 5 were part of 5 or 6 people at Globe Life who were wearing cowboy
Actually, had a
hats?
count. Fitz, we had a running
We did.
count every time we
counted
saw
like,
somebody with a
I
count.
counted like
Okay, then
11
what was the
others
running
the night
count?
We were there.
11 others.
11. There are dozens of us.
Yeah. But I thought we looked awesome, and
You
I
did
thought we
look
looked
nice.
really, yeah, I thought we looked really good in the cowboy hat.
Johnny in the chat. Yes, we were the only fucking ones.
Yeah, Johnny was a little resistant to the cowboy hats, but he came around. What else? I don't know, Liam. It was a pretty unremarkable place.
I don't know. I mean, it was such a tease that their old ballpark is still open, sitting right across the street.
So much
We got to
prettier.
sit in that fucking like tin can of a.
It looks like a grill
Spaceship.
from the outside.
It looks like a
all- I mean,
warehouse. I mean, it really
it's
does
just
look. It just looks
ugly.
like a warehouse.
It's just
But
ugly, man.
I'll
There's
tell you
nothing
what,
remarkable about it.
Lee and I did get to go into the old ballpark
We
because
did.
they have a Starbucks that is in the park of the old one, but it's just like
It's
you
street
just
side.
go there. Like it's
how
a
about that?
street. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we got
So,
we got to
Had to have
peek
been
in
like
a
where
little.
like the team store was back in the day, if I had to guess.
No, because I think it
I
must
don't
just
know,
been a
'cause somebody
restaurant.
still plays there, right?
Yeah, they still. Yeah,
They have like
a
USFL or XFL.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that they have there.
Yeah.
Maybe like soccer there. Like there are some like maybe like high school football as well. They have some events there, and I understand though. Like it was a cool looking park. I never went to the ballpark in Arlington. Playing in the midday Texas sun
I'm sure it's
in
terrible.
July.
I'm sure it's terrible.
Like that's ungodly. That's tough, and that's tough to ask people
I
to
miss it.
attend. You know what I mean? Like I know they had some roofs there, but like left field there, they didn't have any covering, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's absolutely why they built the new one. They needed the roof.
But it was also bullshit. The weather was fine both nights we were there. They didn't open the roof.
It's also April. Or not even. It was March. It was March.
Like why? Okay, why have the swinging roof then? Like
Oh, you're talking about the roof being open or closed. That I can't
Yeah.
answer. I thought you were saying, well, the weather was fine in March, so it's fine. We could play
no,
outside.
no,
I thought
I'm
you were
just
saying
saying,
that.
it's
I was like,
if
what
you
are you talking
only
about?
have no, I'm like if you only have so many dates you can open the roof for, why not open them when you get the chance?
Fair enough. I agree.
That's all I'm asking. That's all. I don't feel like that's too much of an ask.
Was the World Series championship flag in Texas as sad as it looked on TV?
Oh my
Because it
God,
looked
I don't
when they
even know-
unveiled
I don't
that
even know if
last
I
year.
saw
at the
it.
start.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to remember where it would have been.
I'll tell you what, that's actually an interesting problem that park has. You really gotta like crank your neck to look at the screens and stuff. They're up very high. Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, the fact that they set off fireworks indoors very dangerous. Very
Every
dangerous.
home
I
run,
think
every home run.
Zach,
is
Zach, we
fireworks.
wanted to know where the fireworks lit.
there was pyro. There was pyro after every strikeout too in center field. Like struck out fucking Rafael Devers in the first inning Saturday night. I'm like, I don't know if that really warrants.
If they start doing
shooting
pyro
flames.
when the Sox are down 10-0
don't even
and
get bits.
fucking Sneasel McBumfuck strike someone out.
Sneasel.
Like,
That's a Pokemon.
I don't know.
That's a Pokemon. It's an
Right?
ice type.
If we're
It's
down
an ice type
15 runs and old
It's-
Sneasel goes out there and just happens to strike out and they do fucking pyro in center field, I'll lose my mind.
Fitz. They had cheerleaders.
Nah, well, I mean,
I mean, it makes sense once you're there, but I was like, I don't
Yeah, that's
think I've ever
sexist,
seen
you
them
know?
on TV. But I'm like, it was jarring. It was a culture shock. I will say that much. I've only ever seen action like that in the NPB or like the KBO. But for Texas, I guess it makes sense.
everything's
I would
bigger
love
there.
to
I don't
know.
if you
I
heard
would
that.
love to know now. Do other teams out there have cheerleaders? Are the Rangers the only team in baseball or in MLB that have cheerleaders? I need to do some research.
Yeah, do your own research.
Speaking,
I'll tell you what,
speaking
we
of doing
did-
our own research,
Oh yeah. We did a lot. We went to. I went to-
Bravo. That had Jake running point all over it at Dealey Plaza, and Jake took that opportunity and ran with it. excellent job at Dealey Plaza.
What, with
fellas.
Smiley?
With that, all of it, especially the Smiley picture. That was excellent.
So good.
I hit every JFK. We were at Dealey Plaza, obviously, the book depository. Then I went to the theater where they arrested Oswald.
Yep.
I went to where Oswald killed J.D. Tippett, Officer J.D. Tippett. And I went to where Oswald was living in Dallas. That's pretty
With
cool.
his Russian wife, right?
Yeah, I saw all the sights. And Liam and Johnny flew out of the airport where Lyndon was sworn in.
Yeah. Dallas Love Field, baby.
Yep.
How about that?
Great airport, by the way. Great airport.
Really?
If you ever go there,
I thought
yeah,
DFW
it awesome.
was butt ass.
Oh, it was
butt
fucking
ass.
huge.
It's fucking massive. I've been there for a layover once.
It's
fucking
really
massive.
dated too. It like feels old inside.
Jake, when we rode the Skylink to come to your terminal, it took us like fucking 30 minutes. I thought I was on the T. I was like, what? Where are we going? How big is this place?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't like that airport.
What did Jake sing at karaoke?
I sang Wagon Wheel.
Wagon wheel. Killed it. Brought the house down.
Very well done.
Oh, and we saw the house where Governor Connolly recovered after he was shot.
There you go.
But yeah, it was cool.
Sure can't say the people of Texas don't love you, Jake Wallinger. No, you certainly can't.
No, you certainly can't. Great quote. That was awesome. That quote was in the museum.
No.
And also, oh my God, the rodeo we went to, they sure love Jesus down there. I'll tell you that.
Oh, the pre-rodeo prayer?
Pre-rodeo prayer.
Pre-rodeo prayer, hell yeah.
And thank you, Jesus for this rodeo we're about to have. That's verbatim.
Well, did you enjoy yourself at the
That's
rodeo?
verbatim, actually. They
The
said
rodeo
that.
was fun. The rodeo was fun.
There you
rodeo
go.
was cool.
Jesus
The
did
rodeo
it.
was
So
I guess,
Yeah, the
he
Stockyards,
came
Fort
through.
Worth. We should have just spent the whole weekend in Fort Worth. Fort Worth was cool.
the Stockyard, isn't that where they had the draft last year?
What?
The MLB draft. I think it was.
At the Fort Worth Stockyards?
Wherever you saw your rodeo, the background of them, like, that looks oddly familiar. And I thought about it. It's like, that's where they
Oh
had
my
the draft
God,
last
you're
year.
right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's where
Oh my God.
that's where Montgomery
In the
was drafted, my
Cowtown
friend.
Coliseum. That's absolutely
Hell
right.
Yes. Oh my God. Good
No
call,
fucking
Fitz.
way.
Yeah, that's where Travis Bazzana was drafted first. That's my Australian accent.
Never do
working
that
on it.
again. Never do that again. Thanks.
I can't. I don't sound like Pim from Smiling.
Wow, Fitz.
Pim
great
Pimling.
call.
Yeah, Pim Himmling. Yeah. It's
That Braden Montgomery drafted there. Poor guy.
Yeah,
Is he playing
Wow.
baseball yet?
I actually don't know.
I don't know.
I thought I saw that he was banged up to start the year. I follow a couple of people on White Sox Twitter. Speaking of when we play the White Sox, we gotta get Bennett Carroll on here. Shut up, Bennett Carroll.
Oh, big time.
We love Bennett. Love Bennett.
I will say
UMass
that
man in the flesh.
Last thing I got about the Rangers ballpark, it further confirmed my belief that every ballpark should be downtown.
Oh, and of course.
Just like when we did Seattle the year before, man, it was perfect. Red little train, you can walk around. It's just you got the skyline in the background. It didn't feel like baseball. I'm sorry.
I feel like I don't take it for granted, but I even still might be taking a bit for granted how
big time.
conveniently located Fenway is. We are very lucky in that regard.
We are
so lucky.
incredibly blessed. # blessed.
Philippe's saying UMass more like ass. You keep that up, buddy. You're gonna get the boot. You're gonna get the boot skaroo from this chat. I'll have you know. Right? I'm always watching.
Ass.
Yeah, I'm wearing it's very faded right now, but you can vaguely see the U and the M there.
Oh, that's cool, Fitz. You must be in the Frozen Four. You must be Frozen Four.
I wanted Jake.
Oh,
I have no idea how badly I wanted it to be BU and UMass. Oh
Go Terriers.
God,
Go Pups.
that would have fed families. That would have been the custody for Liam ladder match.
Yeah.
Right? Usually it's the
that's- I
custody for
guess that's
Jake.
true,
That'd
yeah.
be custody for Liam.
Yeah.
But nope.
Yeah, my beautiful boys. When do we play? That's a great question.
What is the first one? It's obviously Western Michigan, BU.
It's a week from today.
Who are the other two?
It's Western
It's
Michigan,
not,
BU.
buddy, it's not BC.
Penn. Yeah, no, it sure isn't. Penn State and Denver.
I'm rooting for BU. Go BU. How about that? You have my
you
support.
should.
Hope it's not the kiss of death.
It's coming home. That's where the college hockey championship belongs. Is Boston.
It's coming home.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. It's coming home is a saying Liam knows all too well that nothing has ever gone wrong with the phrase it's coming home. Yeah, nothing has ever gone wrong with anyone who says the phrase it's coming home. He doesn't know, Liam.
Yeah. I know the context. I'm just saying.
It's a great song,
Yeah, it is catchy.
It's such a fucking catchy song. It's coming.
Oh, Liam, I have to order my Peagle tonight.
Oh, that's right.
It's tomorrow.
Get back on the. I gotta get back in the JFK museum shop.
I placed my order, dude. So Fitz, I love a gift shop. You know that about me. I love a gift shop.
Yeah. I bought you a BU jersey at a gift shop, knowing that you would like it.
Oh yes, you did. And I'll tell you what, the gift shop at the JFK Museum was real shit. Like, I mean, it was nice, but they had nothing like really cool, and they had on their website they had so much cool stuff. So we just ordered from the website for our souvenirs.
I'm almost scared to ask what you got, but
what I get, I got. What do you like, an Oswald bobblehead? What do you think I got?
Of all the people that you could have picked for a bobblehead, you picked. Well,
I mean, that's what I mean. What's the funniest merch they could sell at JFK Museum?
I think we should change. I think we should change the top subject before we get riffing on this.
You know how Fenway sells dirt, like the things of dirt,
no.
like grassy knoll dirt. That'd be kind of a good. Fuck, I should have grabbed
some sod of that from the grassy knoll.
I actually should have grabbed dirt from the grass. That would have been funny.
Put it in a plastic bag like this from the grassy knoll.
Or like,
we should have signed the fence, Jake.
I know, but we have those pictures from behind the fence, so
it's true.
That's okay.
Which I only have one of them. Would you send those to me, by the way?
Oh, of course.
I'm reminded by it.
Of course.
Thanks, man.
No, but it was a good trip, and Fitz, we missed you though. I'll tell you that right now.
One of these, if you keep doing these opening day road trips,
Fitz, get ready for this
next year. Fitz, WBC next year.
Yeah.
Ooh, WBC.
Yeah.
Miami. Woo!
Red Sox can't lose when I go down there. So
no,
this year
they'll find a way.
Like, your boy only has so much PTO, and I've got about like 15 friends getting married this year. It's tough, and I'm also
that sounds friends. That sounds awful.
Got other friends.
I know, yeah, God, yeah, right.
You guys got other friends.
Got to go on a big ass boat down to Bermuda in June as well. You guys are on your own for the podcast that week.
We're back.
If we have a sequel of Grenada where I'm on island time, and out of nowhere, Jake goes, "Don't know how to post the podcast."
We're just gonna hit Brian up.
I will swim back from Bermuda to Massachusetts, and then hop on a train to New York because Jake won't be in Massachusetts.
I was gonna say, actually, it would be a lot faster to swim to New York. That's a shorter swim if you were gonna do
probably.
That. Yeah,
it's choppier because of the currents there. I'm able to go around towards
the Cape,
calmer water.
The sound,
exactly.
A lot of sharks, though. You get up near the Cape, though.
That time of year, there'll be plenty of sharks. On the outer Cape.
Yeah, sharks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. What else?
Song of the week.
Big time.
We listen. I know mine.
Emoji of the week is a shark, by the way.
So what did I do? What did I do last week? Did I do Neon Moon last week, or 2 Dozen Roses last week?
2 Dozen Roses was a Christy can confirm. 2 Dozen Roses was a special edition group singular pick, like an exception special treat for opening day that we added a fourth song.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got mine easy money. Wide Open Spaces by the Chicks.
Wide Open Spaces.
Wow, Jake.
Great.
Were you going to do that?
No, but I'm going Cowboy Take Me Away.
Okay. Little Chicks night. Fitz, finish it off.
Fitz, you got to round it out.
Do I have to go with some country?
No, you have to go with the Chicks, big dog.
Gotta go with the Chicks.
Their cover of Landslide. How about that?
Oh, good pick.
Get rid of this. A take I've had for a decade now. It's the better one.
Ooh.
Yep. Sorry.
I love
Stevie. I love her. I love Stevie to death. I love the Chicks version of Landslide so much.
I mean, there are some songs that, like, a lot of people would agree the cover is better than the original. I mean, the Beatles have a couple of...
Half of Johnny Cash's discography.
Right. Twist and Shout, Beatles, that's a cover.
Traveling Soldier is good.
Isley Brother.
Good call in the chat. Traveling Soldier's fire.
The one Beatles cover that I will say is better than an actual Beatles song, the only one else, as a big Beatles head, the one I will definitively say, Stevie Wonder's version of We Can Work It Out is better than the Beatles' version of We Can Work It Out. And I like We Can Work It Out by, Mac in his bag, of course, but Stevie,
Special.
incredible.
Fitz, oh my God, Fitz, that's on the castings for the Beatles movies.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, he's not sold.
Nah, here's my thing. I'd rather them act the part of the Beatles than actually look like them. Like Barry Keoghan, I never said Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan does not look like Ringo, but if he acts like Ringo, that's fine.
Can I also add, what is going on with his face right now?
He's
is
busted.
He just getting
Dude, he's
tons of
busted.
work done.
What
busted.
fumbling?
What fumbling Sabrina Carpenter?
does.
Yeah,
Does
Does
to
him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those photos were terrifying.
Yeah, he's busted. I think they're gonna have to
unfortunate.
really ugly up Harris Dickinson. I'll say that. That man
Is he John?
He's
He's John.
Yeah.
I know Paul Mescal's Paul.
Paul
I
is
know
Paul.
that. Which I could kind of see that. Obviously, he's got the.
Yeah, I see it
Yeah,
too.
they could figure that one out.
I also do actually see Barry
And
as
who's
Ringo.
who's Jidge?
John
Quinn,
Joseph
right?
Quinn.
Is his last name?
Yeah, Joseph Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing Jidge.
Eddie. Oh my God, Eddie.
Yeah.
Stranger Things Eddie. Yeah. Aquafina
Yeah, he doesn't-
as
he
Yoko
doesn't-
Ono.
That Quinn guy doesn't.
John, what is you talking about?
Who'd you say playing Yoko?
Aquafina.
Athena.
John, what is you talking about?
Wasn't that a tweet?
Yeah, not that Zach. The joke is that every one of her characters talks in her black scent she puts on. And it was What is you talking about? Yoko, I'll tell you what, that John movie is gonna hinge on the Yoko casting. That's gonna be.
It's also going to hinge on how they actually treat Yoko. Because the casuals are it's Yoko's
What about
fault.
how they treat
Furthest thing from Yoko's fault? It's not. That's always the joke. Haha, Yoko. Listen, man.
Hashtag Yoko innocent.
Yeah, Fitz,
Listen,
are you
man,
Yoko innocent?
It had Jeffrey Epstein, not Jeffrey Epstein, Brian Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein dying is fine. Brian Epstein, had he not died, things would be a lot different for the Beatles.
What about how they treat Mark David Chapman?
Right?
Also, do we know if it's going what these movies scope
Is it going to go to 1980, or is it
that's
just gonna
what
be
I was
60s?
wondering. I don't know.
Is it gonna end with the rooftop?
I have no
concert?
idea. I'm almost.
No, The Simpsons already did that. The Simpsons already did it. They can't end with the rooftop concert.
Yeah.
Right?
Second time we reference
Then
that
they could
episode.
rep-
I know.
They
I feel like they
can.
actually can't. It's too derivative of.
It's
B-sharps.
been done. There you go, right?
been done.
It's been the B-sharps.
The thing is, again, I have no idea how Sam Mendes is about to go about this. To me, I'd rather them focus on one specific era, one period, one album.
For
Maybe
each
it's
one.
No,
towards the end with
I think
it
that
is
would work
true. There was
if they were
way-
doing.
even if you do 4 2-hour movies, doing
Well,
it
that's
from
what I
4
was
different
saying.
perspectives, to do their entire career, not even just the solo stuff, just their career, the 60s, the Beatles proper. That's too much to do. That's too much to cover.
Well,
in
yes,
2
I
hours.
agree, but
Even if you do
I'm
4
also
2-hour
really
movies, I think
curious.
it's too much.
I'm really curious because with how they'll if the movies have some sort of order, obviously they're going to get released in an order. So I'm curious the order will matter a little bit, where does one of them end the 4? I'm curious how they're going to play with the 4. It is a unique thing. People were kind of poo-pooing it the other day, and it does in the age of slop. Yes, it is easy to look at it cynically, but I actually think it's an
ambitious,
interesting.
man.
It's ambitious and it's an interesting storytelling
if they
mechanism.
can pull it off,
yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know.
My sister's a big Beatles fan as well, and we were talking about it the other day. She goes, "I do hope there's some hashtag McLennan undertones."
Yeah, I hope so too.
Need that.
Yes.
Need
I would end it. I mean, I feel
that.
like you gotta.
Fitz, I feel like if they
got
did
it,
that
John.
by
Zachary, you watch. Zachary,
you
you watch your tone as well. I'll start booting people. The Beatles are mid in the YouTube chat. Listen, we'll throw fisticuffs if we have to. We love the Beatles. What were you gonna say, Liam?
I was gonna say if they were to do your idea, I feel like I'd want George to be the last one.
Judge his perspective. out of the four, I think I'm the
I mean,
most
the
curious
last
about.
one.
Now. I think
I
He's
feel
the
like
quiet guy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Now,
'cause
see,
he
I would
started-
say the last one has to be Paul, because you can like make him old at the end and be like the end.
Well, obviously, I was just thinking, boopity or something.
I feel like he's got to be the last one.
I think they're gonna start with John, like as a pull, like,
Yeah,
John Lennon.
It has
peace
to
and
be.
love.
It has to be Paul or John at the start.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it'll be John, so I think it'll be Paul at the end.
George's is
No, you know
probably
what? Fuck it. Maybe I do Paul the first one.
End with Ringo.
no, and end with John
Peace and love.
and with John getting capped. Or maybe that's a little too dour. Maybe they probably don't want to end.
Do we
with
think we'll
that.
get any? Do we think we'll get a post-credit scene for the George one, the Traveling Wilburys?
I'm here to tell you about the Wilburys initiative.
It's kind of funny that Ringo's getting a movie, like a Ringo movie. Like I know you have to do all four
times for these.
when you go when you're gonna do the Beatles. You're like you're not gonna do 3 and not do. But it is funny to be like going to see the Ringo movie tonight. Like what?
Ringo gets his disrespect, but they do not pop off as a band without Ringo behind the kit.
He's a system drummer.
Ringo
keeps
growing
going
his
together.
beard.
Absolutely.
Ringo growing his
right.
beard changed his life.
But you say he's a system drummer, but I did go and listen. You know what? Extra song of the week, "Rain" by the Beatles. Ringo
Fitz, you
goes
think that-
fucking crazy on that song. Goes nuts.
Fitzy, they'll have the last waltz in it.
Caravan's in there.
What do you mean?
In the song of the week playlist?
No, the last waltz in the movies, the Beatles movies.
Yeah, Ringo's in it. Yeah. He shows up at the end.
I know he's in it. I'm saying, do you think the event of the last waltz will make an appearance in the Beatles movies?
all right. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh no!
I would love it.
Why not?
I want to play Levon Helm. That's what I want.
Yeah, I say make a the band movies. That's what America yearns for.
We're only
That could be
how
our
many
counter to those filthy Brits.
We're only
making the band movie.
We're only about 7 months and change away from last waltz season, Jake.
I know.
November.
Actually, the band is like half Canadian, so maybe let's keep that to ourselves.
Yeah, right.
Fitz, you think they'll be able to pull off the Scouse accent?
They're Irish. That cast is Irish.
Yeah, I think they will. I think so.
What's Harris Dickinson?
tough
Is
one.
he just a straight?
I mean, if they're all, if they're all
Brit.
mixed, yeah, they'll be able to do it. If they were all Americans, I'd say no. But
Oh yeah, big time. If they were Americans, no way. There's no way.
yeah, Harris Dixon is far too handsome. John was repulsive.
look
They're
at
gonna have to
Steven
figure
in the
something
chat,
out there.
fucking cooking here. Everything after Rubber Soul was surprisingly groundbreaking, experimental. Revolver and Pepper were great concept albums.
Love Revolver.
Fitz, here's a great
Revolver's excellent.
Fitz. This
Rubber
is
Soul's
such
also
a,
fantastic.
when I was
They're all
saying we
great
should
albums.
make a
They're all good. They're all
Patreon,
good. They're all
Fitz,
great.
the Fitz Music Hour. That's a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
One of these days, Patreon maybe in the future.
Media on Lansdowne.
I don't know what
Expand.
we do on Patreon, but
The Fitz music. Fitz reviews music like Fitzano. Fitz Tano.
this Red Sox game, I'm feeling a strong 8 to a light 9.
Strong 8.
Transition.
Transition.
Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. Please subscribe. Please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Yeah, the Beatles fucking rock. Adam goes, so you fellas going to see the Minecraft
Adam, I
movie.
will not be. I will not be at the Minecraft movie. I'm sorry.
Flint and Steel.
Chicken jockey. Flint and Steel. I am Steve.
Is that all we
The
got?
Nether. How many
You
did
just said
I
all
rattle
Minecraft.
off?
Fitz, I think
I'm
that's
trying
all
to-
we got.
Yeah.
we're making Minecraft.
The Nether.
So, we appreciate you listening to this edition of Pod on Lansdowne. We do appreciate it. Also, Adam's saying, am I solo doling this? That reminds me, I had another riff about the Traveling Wilburys thing, Liam. I had forgotten it and we had moved on, but I wanted to break down like how we introduce the rest of the Wilburys. Like, does Jeff Lynne get his own Disney Plus series?
Is it Timmy? Are you getting
series.
Timmy in? Is it going to be Timmy?
You have to.
I don't know.
You have to.
Timmy could do Jeff Lynne.
No, Fitz.
The
Jesus
Wilburys
fucking
Cinematic
Christ.
Universe.
Fitz,
I don't know.
Timmy's Bob
WCU.
Dylan.
Oh. Well, yes,
Yeah,
he gets his own movie.
No, I know, but I'm saying, is Timmy your Will Berry's cinematic
100%.
universe Bob? Like they just keep
100%.
him around?
We
Okay.
have to.
Yeah.
We
All
have
right,
to.
that
We
the
have no
rights
choice.
might get complicated on this, but we'll look at it.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Tom
Yeah.
Petty is a supporting character in the Bob Dylan movie, but then he gets his own.
Well, he's
There,
not.
Roy-
He's not a supporting. Fitz, this movie exists. It came out.
Not in the sense
back-
of the traveling
we'll bring
Wilbury
back,
cinematic universe.
I'm saying
I
that's
need
the
a-
tease at the end. That's what we're saying. But the
Yeah, I
complete
need a
unknown is
cameo.
We're saying
Oh,
at the end of the
man.
Beatles, at the George movie, we're saying.
Yeah,
it's
but
at
we
the
can
end.
theorize that movie because it's not real yet. A complete unknown came out.
But it's not part of the traveling Wilbury cinematic universe proper yet.
Okay. Roy Orbison movie. Yes, I'm in there.
Man,
Roy.
I love some Wilburys.
the Wilburys bit
My
is
man, Roy died at 52.
true fit.
Oh man.
Roy
Who
Orbison?
died?
Yeah, I didn't realize he died at 52.
Yeah, he was relatively young.
That's pretty young. Fitz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Relatively. 50. I'd say anything
Yeah,
before
that's young.
60 is young.
Yeah, that's young. He was just a kid.
Man, I'm sweating. Can we end this?
Roy
I gotta go
Orbison's
I gotta
son
go
was on
bathe.
an episode of Below Deck, and he got fucking plastered on it. Fucking
How-
cocked.
How do you know that?
How do you think I watched the episode? Johnny Damon was on one too, Below Deck Men.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that Johnny was on an episode.
Johnny had a couple of, you're on a yacht. You should have a couple drinks. Roy Orbison, it was like obnoxious. I was like, Roy Orbison Jr. Pardon me. It was nasty work.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not good.
That's
Mr.
tough.
Orbison Jr.
Wait, when your father dies young, man, be kind.
I s-
Fitz. Have some empathy.
Yeah. Singing for the lonely. That's all we got for this edition of.
sorry.
no,
Yeah,
no,
no, no,
is that
no,
on?
fuck
Oh,
it.
yeah. No.
I was just gonna say we'll bring back what's his face to play Johnny Cash again because I loved his Johnny Cash.
Oh,
Think you know what I'm talking about.
Joaquin.
No.
Logan.
Oh,
Logan.
but then-
He's in Logan
yes,
with his robot
yes,
arm. Fuck. What is his
He's
name?
in he's in Narcos too, wasn't he?
Yeah,
think
hold
something
on. We
different.
can't end until I pull this. Boyle
He's
Brook.
Johnny
Love
Cash.
him.
Yeah,
Great.
his Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Is so good.
Yeah, he's good.
But
I
then,
like Boyle.
guys, when we expand after the Traveling Wilburys series comes out, we'll have a multiverse saga where Joaquin's Johnny Cash comes in.
Wow! I love that.
And at the same time, it's like the pointing Spider-Man meme, but at the same time, they both go, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash."
Are there any other big artists in? Oh, Roy Orbison is in Walk the Line, so we just pull from that.
Oh hell yeah, we'll pull him. We'll pull him in.
And Elvis. There's a lot of Elvises out there.
Oh, Austin Butler, hell yeah, come on back.
Yep. Wow. Okay. I think. Wow.
And then we can loop in Richard Nixon somehow because Elvis wanted to be a part of the CIA. So somehow we get Tricky Dick in there.
We have
I
to.
think Marshall's telling us to wrap it up. I'm not going to listen to him right now.
It's okay. We'll keep workshopping throughout the season. We got all year.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I might cast
Oh,
myself.
yeah, new
as
pit.
Tricky
It's
Dick.
9:09, Liam. We got to go pit mode.
Oh shit, that's right. We do.
Let's call it an episode.
All
My
right.
voice is already going.
Yeah,
it's
I was
gone.
going to say a little bit. So for Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz, you're you. Thank you very much for listening to this edition of the program. We will talk to you next week after opening day. If you're going to opening day, enjoy. Maybe we'll see you there. I'm going to be there.
Say
Liam's going
hi.
to be there.
Say hi. Hit me
I
with
won't
a
Yeah,
be
if you
shovel.
find us, say hi. I'm going to be with my family, but if you still, say hey Fitz, and I'll say hello. Thank you for watching in the YouTube stream. Thank you for listening wherever you have it. We'll talk to you next week. Go Sox, and obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Marshall's also saying obey your mother as well.
Ow!